Revolutionary love to you all. This is Dr. Samori Camara from www.samoricamara.com and www.kamaliacademy.com. I just want to hit y'all with a brief video on this idea, this principle, this method that I've been using for the last couple of years. It's called the GROW model. It's very important because it's a systematic way to solve problems in our community. It's a systematic way to help you achieve more in your life, and I have seen the fruit of it. So let's get right into it. The first letter is G, and of course that is for goal. What is it I want to accomplish or achieve? You see I have a basketball goal here, right? Could you imagine, some ball players running up and down the court without a basketball goal, or some brothers on a football field running up and down the field tackling each other, but they don't even have a goal line, right? So, but many of us are actually running through life, walking through life without a goal, without a purpose, just allowing ourselves to be pushed by the winds of time, and we're wasting our time. Right? Wasting our time. We must have a goal. We must have something that we're going towards, or we have what we have now for many of us, and we're allowing the daily chores of life to just kind of sweep us along, right? So for me, one of my main goals a couple years ago was to find a way to educate our children for liberation, right? I knew that was my purpose, but as Frantz Fanon said, every generation must find its mission and either fulfill it or betray it. For a while, I was delaying my mission. I was just, kind of saying, look, I'm gonna put it off until later in life, when I get out of college, when I get a better job, when I get a home, when I have a family, then I'm going to actually go towards my purpose. But doing this process, doing this model, I realized that I can do it a lot sooner, right? And so this can work for any goal that you have in your life, whether it be financial, a relationship, anything that you are going through career-wise or whatever. So the first one is we have to have a goal. What is it we want to accomplish? The second one is the reality. Let's deal with the reality of the situation. What's been happening? All right, what's been tried so far, and what are the results that I've been getting? Some people say my goal is to get a job. Well, if what's been happening is that you've been going and putting your application in and you're not getting a job, maybe we need to start redirecting our thing to building our own, right? For me and education, I thought, miseducation is happening. Menticide is happening. Our children are being destroyed in the schools. We've tried to do new methods. We've tried to get Black history classes into the curriculum. We've tried to get the right people in office on the school board, and none of that has been working. That's the reality that I had to come to, right? That was my reality check. Look, we done tried a whole bunch of things and it's not worked. The reform movement for Black children has been a movement that has been trying to fit a square block into a round hole. Our children are those square blocks. Cannot stick them into a system. Cannot keep on giving them away to our enemy and expect them to be what we need them to be, right? So the second thing you want to do is definitely deal with the reality of your situation, whatever situation you have in your life at the moment, right? And once you deal with the reality, you go on into the options. You say, okay, the reality is that miseducation is taking place. What are the options? And we keep them. One option is to say, all right, well, things will just get better. Leave them there in the public schools. Not, right? Another option is to put them in private school. We have many African-centered folks who justify putting their children into Catholic private schools because they say it's a better education. Or we could talk about charter schools, right? But I really believe that charter schools are really serving the same soup. It's just different cooks, and they're doing it for a longer period of time. Our children still don't see themselves in the curriculum. Our children are still not being educated, which only means to pull forth which is already within them, right? Another option, of course, was to start our own charter school. I thought about that, but I also said, since the teacher is the curriculum, where am I going to find the liberated minds to teach our children the way they need to be taught? right? America's colleges are not producing teachers who know how to teach African children, and definitely not from an African-centered perspective, right? So another option for us was to build our own, to start a homeschool collective, or to just homeschool our children ourselves from that perspective, from our perspective, so that they can really get an education for liberation, right? So once you come up with all the options, you just brainstorm, generate as many ideas as you can, write these ideas down, so maybe later down the line you come back to it and say, you know what, I tried this one before, now let me try this one. This one is probably a better option, right? So write all those down, and then once you write all your options down, decide on one as a way forward, right? Decide on what you believe is the best option to move forward to achieve your goal. For us, in terms of education, the only sane way forward for us was to build our own schools. There was nothing else. We had the option of charter schools. We had the option of keeping them in the public schools, going to private schools. We had those options. We had the option of just trying to get them some extra tutoring on the side or whatever. But we came to the realization that we have to build our own schools, period. Our children are waiting for us. Forget Superman. Our children are waiting for us to stand up, to educate them like they should be educated, right? And when you have a powerful way forward, when you have a powerful goal, really, that want power will fuel your willpower when it comes to the way forward, right? So hopefully this helps you. Hopefully you can use this in whenever situation you're going through in your life, whatever goal you have, whatever area of performance you want to get better in your life. All right, again, this is Dr. Samori Camara from SamoriCamara.com and KamaliAcademy.com. I'll see you next time. Revolutionary love.